So a soul journey, a sojourn.
Soul journey.
Maybe all of life is a sojourn that we've taken from something else.
Well, yeah, it probably is, but within, I mean, that's a blanket statement. I mean, really, it's no. I mean, the individual aspects of life um, take over. That sojourn becomes daily routine, and in order to break that routine, you need to find a way to reconnect with yourself.
And step back onto the soul journey.
That's right. Maybe that's all we're doing. Maybe we're just simply stepping outside of the routine and entering back into ourselves. Which is kind of what we've been talking about, right? This is like, it's sort of coming into this. Every point we've talked about, we talk about this sort of how a sojourn or an altering of place and time can change our way, but it's not really changing us, it's allowing us to get back to our core, ourself.
I had the realization not that long ago that in looking for the purpose of my life, what if the purpose of my life is to constantly redefine the purpose of my life? And then I realized that as someone who identifies as an artist, as a creative person, then yes, that makes complete sense. You have to be able to constantly redefine yourself, but how do you do that? And you do that by stepping outside and looking back. It's a level of self-examination that maybe not enough people do. I don't know.
Well, I can't speak to other people, but I do know that I certainly live within a perpetual state of self-examination. I'm not afraid to sort of look at where I am, what I'm doing. But even within that, there are so many limitations to my ability to maintain the self that I would like to be within the environment around me, and to that which is expected
How
of
do
me.
you do that introspection? What's your process for looking in at yourself and examining where you're at?
I mean, I spend time thinking about, the way things are, where I am, why I'm there, um, the reasoning for the current situation. It's important, whether I like the situation or not. It's important to accept where we are in time and in our, in the state of life and all of this. But like I said, you can't necessarily be yourself always 100% of the time within your daily life, especially within a work environment. You have too many expectations. And so when you step up, even when I get home, it feels like a bit of a sojourn. It's like I walk through the door and here I am again, right? It's me. And so I behave exactly like I behave. Farting and picking my ear and my toenails and those kind of things. But that's not even the notion here we're talking about. We're trying to say is that there's much deeper aspects to ourselves that we don't allow into our everyday life. And when we step outside of our everyday life into a different place, a different time space, we find our way back to ourselves, our real selves, and back on the soul journey, right?
I think that's a very important point, that there is that deeper part of ourselves that we're all looking to reconnect with. And a lot of people are losing connection with that. It feels like people get overwhelmed with pressure, life is stressful, it's hard to make ends meet, and you sacrifice that self-time, that sojourn time, that recovery time, just to be able to survive, to be able to take another job, or to maybe take a break from your life in a way that is not as constructive as it could be, that allows you to escape without the self-examination, without the introspection.
Oh yeah, it's like, turn on the TV, right?
Get
Ooh,
involved in
it's the
somebody else's
playoffs,
life.
right?
Get involved in somebody else's life. Turn on the TV. Let's watch whatever reality show's on now.
Yeah. No, it's just you shut yourself off. So accept. See, that's important too. I think that is part of life. You need to have those distracted times those are important. But to consistently rely on those distractions without an appropriate level of self-examination or journeying into a different place or a different mindset, I think we hinder our ability to be whole people.
Well, the distractions become addictions. And the addictions allow you to escape from who you really are. The distractions become addictions, and the addictions allow you to escape from what's really going on.
It could be aspects of our, built-in sort of self-preservation. Maybe a lot of people are really afraid of who they really are, and this is why you have people that hide and they don't show themselves, right? And so maybe the addictions, or not maybe, quite possibly the addictions are ways of maintaining that hidden and keeping it hidden within yourself, right? So you continually distract yourself from the work that's needed within. But if you take a vacation, if you take a time, that can be the same kind of distraction. I know people that are addicted to vacations. I know people that just the only thing they live for is they go for that 3 weeks off and go someplace warm. That's what they do.
Maybe the way to avoid an addiction to any one particular form of escape is to constantly challenge yourself to find a different means. To not grow complacent with one thing or the other. To not rely on watching American Idol every night. Or going on a vacation once a month. Or escaping to another city for the weekend.
No, absolutely. I think you find that people find their daily routine, their stasis, and they want to break out of it, but their breakouts are also a stasis. They're continually seeking the same response from those breakouts. They're not looking for something different. They're not looking for change. They want to go to, some Puerto Vallarta, or they want to watch The Amazing Race, or they want to watch the playoffs, or they want to do this. And those things, while it gives them pleasure and it becomes as part of the Sojourn aspect, it doesn't really help, because it's simply taking their stasis and the structure of their everyday life and transferring it into their Sojourn time.
It sounds like there's a thin line then between escapism and the Sojourn.
Yeah, I think escapism is simply shutting oneself off to allow for, a relaxation period, whereas a sojourn is a place where we go, we consciously choose to become and to change within this environment we're in.
Absolutely, I agree.